When today's episode starts, it is shown that Aileen was drooling and blushing. She has finished a plate of food and started drinking some tomato juice from a green onion cup. Then, while sitting in front of a few finished plates, she said, "Eating something spicy relieves my stress." Just like that. I've been so out of it these days that I didn't get to eat properly, so this tastes a lot more delicious. Then she sent a message to Sejuan saying, "The tower manager is happy." Seeing this, Sejuan happily said, "I'm grateful to know you enjoyed it. I'll give you some dried sweet potatoes as a dessert in a bit." All of a sudden, new system windows popped up, saying, "Your crop has defeated a pest. You have acquired 1 experience point." After seeing this, Sejuan said in a surprising manner, "There must have been another red locust attack. How many are there? Their numbers are not even decreasing." Meanwhile, Aileen was also getting system messages. They say, "You have defeated 1,003,781 red locusts on the 67th floor. Remaining red locusts on the 67th floor is 6,038,811,918. The number of red has increased by 7 compared to an hour ago." Seeing this, Aileen felt relieved. But then she said again, "But still, the rapidly increasing number of red locusts has almost plateaued." In farmland on the 99th floor, Sejuan was saying, "That's a relief. I definitely leveled up a lot thanks to the red locusts too, so I hope I'm of help for the 67th floor." Then Aileen started to check analytics on the tower. In a window, it showed people who contributed to eradicating the red locusts. On the top of the list was Park Sejuan. He has defeated 303,113 red locusts. Second is Iona, slaying 123,812 red locusts. In third place is Lizardman Warrior Tamuro, slaying 11,929 red locusts. Then Aileen started thinking, "My mana is lacking, so I can't confirm the situation on the 67th floor using my crystal orb. I can predict the situation through the contribution." And the tough blade onion definitely played a huge role. Then while looking at Sejuan, Aileen happily said, "These aren't empty words. Moreover, once locusts are eradicated from the tower, you'll be able to receive rewards depending on your contribution." Seeing Aileen's message, Sejuan surprisingly asked, "Reward? There was a reward for killing the invader? Was that a quest too? What kind of reward is it?" So Aileen sent a message to Sejuan saying, "It is a secret. She can only tell you that the higher the contribution, the better the rewards that are given." After seeing the message, while pulling a carrot from the ground, Sejuan asked, "Contribution? I'll have to work harder then, don't I?" Meanwhile, the chubby bunny next to Sejuan was drooling over the big carrot. After pulling out that carrot, a system window popped up displaying details of the carrot. It said, "Carrot of Agility. When consumed, it breaks down 30 g of fat in the body, increases agility by 0.5 for 10 minutes, and improves eyesight." Cultivator is Tower Farmer Park Sejuan. Shelf life, 130 days. Grade, C. Seeing this, Sejuan felt so happy. Then Sejuan looked at the bunnies and said, "Grade C carrot is here. Each of you, take one. That way your agility will increase and we can finish working faster." So the bunnies joyfully said, "Wah! So exciting!" After a long nap, Theo came near Sejuan yawning. Then Theo said to Sejuan, "Chairman Park, I'm going down." But Sejuan asked, "Sales cat Theo, you're awake? But why are you going down right away? You're going to meet Elka on the 88th floor, right?" So Theo said, "Yeah, after taking the wolf packs to the 67th floor, I plan to go to the 38th floor with Elka while collecting red locusts." Then again Sejuan asked, "Take care. Did you fetch the crops correctly this time?" Hearing this, Theo angrily said, "What do you take me for? I shall not make the same mistakes twice." While they are talking, a gray rabbit called Sejuan. Then the gray rabbit happily said, "Your house is complete." Then Sejuan, Theo, Quang, and other bunnies went to see the new house. It was beautifully made and also had a kitchen. After entering the house, Sejuan happily said, "Whoa! It's just as I requested. How did you make this so well?" Also, Quang said in a happy manner, "Dad, the floor is warm." Then Sejuan laid on the floor and said in a relaxed manner, "When you are tired, you can relieve your fatigue by lying down and getting warm." Theo also said, "My body is getting so comfy." Then again Sejuan turned to the gray rabbits and asked, "But did I ever explain to you about the structure of the heated floor in detail?" So the gray rabbit answered, "Among the wandering merchants, there is a tribe that also lives in houses of a similar style. I have taken on a few commissions to build houses before, so it was easy." Sejuan came outside and sat on the front porch and said, "It seems there are tower residents that use heated floors and cauldrons too." Meanwhile, Theo was scratching a wooden pillar as a normal cat. Then Kwang saw two small doors and asked Sijuan, "Dad, what is this?" Sijuan was also curious about this. So he went to the small door and opened it. But the scene surprised everyone there. A gray rabbit and a white rabbit were alone in that room smooching. Everyone got embarrassed all of a sudden. Sijuan closed Kwang's eyes and started running. Meanwhile, Theo was screaming. Also, while closing the door, the white rabbit shouted, "Why you should have knocked." An innocent Kwang asked, "Dad, why are you covering my eyes?" After running some distance from the house, Sijuan started to rest. After that, Sijuan said in a sad way, "It's my house though." Seeing Sijuan's face, Kwang asked, "Dad, are you sad?" Meanwhile, Mom Bear was coming home. Seeing her, Sijuan said, "Kwang's mom. You're late today?" But Kwang was happy to see her and shouted, "Mom." Mom Bear was holding the three monsters she caught. "Aren't you too absorbed in the patrol these days?" Sijuan asked. So Mama Bear replied, "The area around is a little bit of a mess." Then she put down the tree monster. This made a huge wind wave and everyone looked at it questionably. Then Mama Bear said again, "I thought it would be quite useful, so I brought them here." Looking at the log, Sijuan said, Thank you, that tree looks really old." Theo shouted toward Mama Bear and said, "Kwang's mom. Are you going into the forest again? Take me with you." So Mama Bear happily said, "Yes. I won't be lonely then." Then Mama Bear and Theo started their journey. Looking at them, Sijuan waved and shouted, "Take care." And Theo waved back to Sijuan. After that, while looking at the log, Sijuan asked, "What should we do with this old tree? Should we make furniture?" Gray Rabbit climbed the log and gave a few taps and said, "The quality of this wood is pretty good." Then the Gray Rabbit took out an axe and said, "First, we'll have to trim the tree." Then Sijuan turned around and said, "I'll be organizing things around here. Make a bed for me too." But all of a sudden, an unexpected thing happened. The tree monster regained life, and a few branches emerged from its body and started to wrap around the Gray Rabbit. So the Gray Rabbit started to scream in pain. The tree monster got up and made a loud scream, "Shah." Meanwhile, everyone was stunned and had no idea what to do. But everyone came to their senses and Sijuan shouted, "Pibik," and then he got into a fighting stance. Meanwhile, Kwang was also charging at the monster. All of a sudden, Kwang got big and jumped toward the monster. Then Kwang hit the monster with his paw. This attack made the monster fall and the Gray Bunny also fell to the ground. But then again, more branches emerged and they started to wrap around Kwang. All of a sudden, Kwang entered full beast mode and his eyes became fully blue. Then he started to chew on the branches. After a few moments, Kwang ripped some branches away. Then he growled at the tree monster in a menacing manner and started to attack again. Amidst all the fighting, Sijuan was afraid and asking himself, "What should I do? What can I do?" Sijuan had a knife in his hand but he had no idea what to do. So Sijuan called to Aileen. Then a window popped up saying, "The tower manager is asking what a corrupted ant is doing here." Sijuan answered fast, "I don't know." The tree suddenly woke up. "What can I do to eliminate it?" So Aileen started to look through books to find any details about corrupted ants. As soon as she found it, she sent a message to Sijuan saying, "The tower manager asks you to eliminate the carnivorous fruit in the tree." Meanwhile, Kwang was fighting the corrupted ant. All of a sudden, Sijuan shouted, "Kwang! Get smaller!" So Kwang, listening to Sijuan, immediately got smaller. Taking the chance, Sijuan rushed toward the ant and thrust his knife into the monster. Sijuan was grinding his teeth and tried to find the carnivorous fruit. But all of a sudden, the corrupted ant said, "Everything is in this place." Finally, Sijuan felt the fruit. So he took it out and stabbed it with his knife. As soon as he did that, the corrupted ant became just a log and fell down. Sijuan was startled and said to himself, "Everything is in this place? What did it mean by everything?" Because of Sijuan's act, a system window popped up saying, "You have defeated the carnivorous fruit of the large corrupted ant. You have acquired 50 experience points." But it was no reason to celebrate because a bigger threat was approaching them. Kwang, holding Sijuan's leg, said, "Dad! Dad! Look at that!" Sijuan looked in the direction Kwang was looking and, after seeing the scene, Sijuan was horrified. A herd of corrupted ants were headed their way. Looking at this, Sijuan was afraid and shouted, "Damn it!" And a system message popped up near the ant saying, "Corrupted ant small branch scouts." But it was not a small herd for Sijuan and the others. Who will save them? Comment your thoughts. Until then, please subscribe and have a lovely day.